Tim Scott was booed by the crowd on The View for defending Ron DeSantis, alleging that children were being indoctrinated about LGBTQ+ issues. The 57-year-old South Carolina senator also accused The View presenters of sending a dangerous, offensive, disgusting message to our young people today, by claiming that his success is an exception in a systematically racist society. Taxpayers in Florida are footing the bill for Ron DeSantis's culture war lawsuits. Scott, the lone black Republican in the United States Senate, is the first black senator elected in a southern state since Reconstruction following the Civil War. He declared his candidacy for president in May but has struggled in the polls. Former President Donald Trump has a commanding lead over Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, who is also ahead of the rest of the field. Scott ranks in the single digits, as do two Indian Americans, former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley and biotech entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy. On Monday, Scott was questioned about the feud between DeSantis and Disney, which is opposed to so-called "Don't Say Gay" state legislation governing public school curriculum. "I think Disney and Ron have been a battleground for a number of months over what I thought was the right issue in terms of our young kids and what they're being indoctrinated with," he remarked. "I think he got off to a good start on that one." "Not here," said the actor. "I apologize, sir. This is my point of view. We don't have to believe everything people say, but please don't boo individuals here. You're not going to be able to do it." The ABC afternoon show frequently sparks debate, sometimes over politics or race. Scott requested to appear after being chastised for claiming that systemic racism does not exist. When it comes to racial inequality, it persists in 5 core aspects of life in the U.S.: economics, education, healthcare, criminal justice, and housing, said co-host Sunny Hostin, who is black. At nearly every turn, white violence fought, threatened, and erased these achievements. You've said you don't believe in institutional racism. How do you define systemic racism? One of the reasons I'm on this show is because of the comments made, frankly, on this show, that the only way for a young African American kid to be successful in this country is to be the exception, not the rule, Scott explained. That is a dangerous, offensive, and disgusting message to send to our young people today. That being the exception is the only way to succeed. If my life is an exception, I will tell you that. The fact of the matter is that we've had an African American president, an African American vice president, and 2 African Americans as secretaries of state, Scott added. The police chief in my hometown is an African American who is currently running for mayor. South Carolina's highway patrol chief is African American. I've watched you on the show. You like people to be deferential and respectful, so I'm going to do the same thing, Scott stated amid the commotion. Scott stated that progress in America is palpable, and discussed his grandfather's prejudice, saying that despite this, he believed in the goodness of America because he believed in faith in God, and faith in what the future could hold for his kids.